Have you ever gazed up at the night sky and wondered how the space shuttle launch worked? How did those monumental feats of engineering break free from Earth's gravity and venture into the cosmos? Well, buckle up for a fascinating journey into the mechanics of a space shuttle launch. Firstly, it is essential to understand that the space shuttle, often referred to as the orbiter, didn't launch alone. It was part of a larger system known as the Space Transportation System, or STS. This system also included the two solid rocket boosters, or SRBs, and the massive orange external tank, or ET. However, the journey to the stars began long before the actual launch. Preparations started with the assembly of the space shuttle, which was attached to the SRBs and the ET in the Vehicle Assembly Building. This was an intricate process that required utmost precision and attention to detail. Once the assembly was completed, the entire STS was transported to the launch pad, a slow and painstaking process that could take up to 6 hours. There, the countdown clock was set, and the final checks began. About 9 minutes before the launch, the orbiter's 3 main engines, located at the back of the shuttle, were started. These engines ran on liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen, supplied by the ET. The firing up of these engines was a critical moment, and any detected anomalies could lead to an automatic shutdown and postponement of the launch. With 2 minutes to go, the orbiter's crew was instructed to close and lock their visors. This simple act marked the final preparations before the launch. The real drama began at 6 seconds before liftoff, when the orbiter's main engines were throttled up to full power. And then, at 0, the 2 SRBs were ignited. These served as the primary thrust for the first 2 minutes of flight, propelling the shuttle upwards and away from the launch pad. Approximately 2 minutes into the flight, at an altitude of about 28 miles, the SRBs were jettisoned. They parachuted back to Earth to be refurbished and used for future missions. With the SRBs gone, the orbiter continued its ascent, powered solely by its 3 main engines. These engines continued to burn until approximately 8.5 minutes into the flight, by which time the shuttle was in orbit, traveling at a speed of about 17,500 miles per hour. Once in orbit, the ET was jettisoned and burned up in the Earth's atmosphere. The orbiter, now free of its heavy launch components, was ready to carry out its mission. So, to summarize, the space shuttle launch process was a meticulously planned sequence of events. It began with the assembly of the STS, followed by the transportation to the launch pad and the final checks. The orbiter's main engines were started, then the SRBs were ignited, propelling the shuttle into space. The SRBs were jettisoned, and the orbiter continued its ascent until it reached orbit, where the ET was finally discarded. Indeed, the space shuttle launch was not just a spectacular display of power and technology, but a testament to human ingenuity and the relentless pursuit of knowledge. It was a carefully choreographed dance between machinery, physics, and the indomitable human spirit, reaching out to the stars.